tumultuous relationship that they felt inevitably would end in events just like this.
So under the seller's guide, you'll find many useful things, but we're going to talk underwriting guidelines. We're talking about assets. So underwriting guidelines, conventional guidelines, there's a great organization here, but the topic today is cash.
Diving more into assets, we know there's a concern usually about borrowed funds. If it's secured against an asset, a car loan, something against a credit union, against some kind of asset, it's acceptable, but there must be a payment. If no payment is actually required, we would normally still figure out some reasonable calculation holding the debt ratio, unless they're secured by financial assets like a 401k. They don't need repayment plans. But as part of the clarifications we recently put out in an announcement, crypto cash does have an exception where monthly debt obligations that are leaned against that kind of financial obligation do require a monthly payment. It is not acceptable. We can't use crypto cash in general, as described, if we can see ownership and it transfers. Personal unsecured loans, pretty much a no-no. Typically, credit card financing is not eligible. However, if you bothered to set up a payment plan and proof that they had liquid funds to pay it, etc., you could possibly do it. Freddie Mac, if it's part of the employment relocation program, would allow the employer's reimbursement and not put it in the DTI. So we all know some people got some PPP money, and those self-employed borrowers, you cannot consider that money part of the assets to exemplify stability of the company, and the funds may not be used for any part of the transaction, and unless there was a repayment plan discovered.
Again, conforming large deposits, it's 50%. That applies on HELOCs and jumbos as well. FHA, it's any deposit that's greater than 1%. It's USDA is a little different. It's looking at household income, so we're looking at every deposit. VA just makes sense.
Get a hold of me. I should be your rep here in Michigan and the Midwest.